12 fragrances, 0 designers, and every single one is a 10 out of 10. Stop overpaying for brand names on a glass bottle. Today I'm going to show you the niche and clone fragrances that will put your designer collection out of business for spring 2026. From the presentation to the dry down, these are the only 12 you need. So let's get into it. Okay, so these are all going to be in the boxes here, not because they're new, but because I want to show you what you're going to get when you buy these fragrances. And we're going to start with City Rhythms Miami. If you want to take a look at the box there. And this is one that I got at a fragrance convention in New York City in November. So we're going to open this up and show you what it looks like. There's your presentation, sits nested inside of the package here. This is the bottle. It's actually a really nice fragrance. It's coconut and lime. And I have others, but they're autographed. I don't know if you can see that, but they were autographed by the owner of the company. His name is Niles. He's also the perfumer. So he autographed all these boxes for me. And the bottles too, but this bottle seems like it's maybe rubbed off. But anyways, what's cool about this bottle is, I don't know if you can really see it on camera too well, but they have kind of like sparklies inside there, which is kind of interesting and different. Some people say it reminds them of Virgin Island water because it has that tropical sort of vibe, but that's the whole feeling on this one. It's like a day at a beach in Miami. And we'll just put up the notes real quick for you. You get a tropical blast of coconut, lime, and saffron transitioning into a boozy heart of rum and sugar cane with a warm tobacco base. So this one winds up having excellent performance. This lasts like 10 hours on skin with really nice sillage. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is going to be Parfums de Marly's Greenley, which I have right over here. So I'm going to put this box out of the way down here. We'll get the next one. This is Parfums de Marly's Greenley. Let's take a look at that. And let's actually move this out of the way too. Get back to that later. So this is kind of interesting because this is an expensive fragrance, and you can see that cost doesn't always equate to packaging. This is one of the more expensive fragrances on the list, but you can see it comes in just kind of a plain, like cardboard box really. So we'll open this one up. Again, this one's not new. I've had this one, but I repackaged it so you can see what you're getting when you buy it. The top notes on this are apple. It's very nice and clean smelling with like a cedar dry down, which smells very natural and really good. Let's take a look at the bottle there. And I think this one's really underrated in the line. So a lot of times you hear people talk about Leighton. That one gets all the hype. Sometimes people will talk about Percival or Herod. Those are ones that people really like. But this one is a really solid one. And for spring, this is one of my favorites, and we'll be talking about another one next, but let's talk about the notes on this real quick. Vibrant green apple and bergamot meet a woody heart of cedar and cashmere wood, settling into a base of clean oak moss and musk. And so the vibe on this one is supposed to be like standing in an apple orchard with like that fresh apple and some greenery and some earth from the ground and the soil. It's a very enjoyable fragrance. I really like this one. There's some great clones of it as well. French Avenue's Aether is a really good one. But I'll put that up on the screen so you can see what that looks like. French Avenue Aether. Other than that, you can see this has a really nice presentation. You got the gold cap, you got the 2 horses on the front. And that's about all I can say about this one. We're gonna move on to the next one. And actually, again, I'm gonna get rid of the box, but I'll leave this box up for a minute so you can see. We're gonna move Greenley right over here. And the next one we're gonna talk about is a tester box. So if you haven't seen these, you can save a lot of money by buying fragrances that are tester boxed, that are testers. And this is one of them right here. And basically what you get is you get the exact same product, you just get a lesser box or lesser packaging. Now you do have to be careful because sometimes the testers will come without a cap. And that's really important because some of the caps are really expensive, like the Parfums de Marly's or the Creeds. The caps can run like $50 on eBay if you want to buy one, and they're really hard to get otherwise. But don't be afraid of testers as long as they have a cap. They're the same fragrance, they're not used, and they're awesome. This is an expensive fragrance. That is a tester, and you can see the packaging. And this one is actually interesting because, well, I'll show you what it says on the back. This is Sedley. And this has actually not been out of the box yet. This is brand new. I haven't unboxed it yet. I opened it up to make sure it was in there, but I haven't even pulled it out yet. If you look at the 2 bottles, they're exact. However, on the back of this one, you do sometimes get the note breakdown, and this one does have the note breakdown in the back of it. But if you saw my last video, you know that while I was talking on camera, for some reason, my bottle of Sedley jumped off the counter behind me and smashed on the ground. And I like this fragrance so much that literally within an hour, maybe 2 of getting off camera, I was already ordering another bottle, and that's this. That's why I got this so fast. So again, looking at the bottle, you've got a very classy presentation. You have the triangular cap that they're so famous for, and I am just such a big fan of Sedley, so I had to get another bottle. Ah, so good. It's very minty, very fresh. It's got some ambroxan in the base. The only downside on this one is the performance is not quite as strong. This one's like maybe 6 to 8 hours on skin. It's worth it. Soapy, clean, beautiful fragrance. Let's take a look at the notes. A refreshing blend of mint and citrus over a spicy heart of rosemary and lavender, finishing with a base of ambroxan and sandalwood. So as I said, when this bottle broke, within an hour or 2, I was already online trying to get another bottle. I'm gonna put up a picture real quick of the broken bottle, just so you can see. Yeah, that was my nightmare. Anyways, replaced, and I'm happy to have it back in my collection again. This is Xerjoff is the company, and this is Casamorati Mefisto. I'm not sure if that's the front of the box or the back. I guess they're the same. Anyways, this is truly one of my favorites. This is sort of a barbershop fragrance. Amazing. So anyways, let's open it up for you to see. Really, really top tier presentations for these. And we'll take a look at the bottle. So here you have this beautiful blue bottle with a little tassel around the edge. It actually comes off if you want to pull it off. It can get kind of annoying. It's very clean. Like I said, it's a very traditional scent. So sort of like what you think of if you think of cologne, especially like older versions, not the most modern versions of cologne. It's like that barbershop scent, very clean. Uncap this, we'll spray this one too. This one I'll actually put on skin afterwards because it's my favorite. So clean. And it actually has like a sort of the inky metallic thing that like Silver Mountain water has. You know, Creed Silver Mountain water? It has sort of that same inky metallic note in there. And what I like about this one is this is a perfect fragrance because you can literally wear this year round. Now it's perfect for spring, but you can wear this in winter, you can wear it in summer, just, you know, a little bit less in summer, a little bit more in winter, but man, this is a winner. Anyways, so let's pull up the notes so we can talk about that a little more. It's sparkling grapefruit and lemon mixed with aromatic lavender and a powdery heart of Florentine iris and rose absolute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on skin real quick here because it's just so good. Just love this one. And this one actually lasts like 8 hours on skin, so it has pretty good performance. Xerjoff again is the brand that makes this, and it's Casamorati Mefisto Gentiluomo. And whoops, that is Italian for gentleman. So I'll open up the bottle so you can see it's got the same slide out presentation. This was sort of the second iteration of this fragrance. So I'll put the bottle, or put that there so you can see it. Let's move that away for a minute. So you can see the two bottles side by side. You can see that they replaced the tassel with a bow tie. The gold cap is now silver. And this is another barbershop fragrance. Again, I think it's got the sticker of authenticity on the front of the bottle there. Definitely very, very similar to this. And you can see that the DNA is definitely there. They basically took this and they tried to make it a little bit more modern. And they basically took out that inky metallic note that we were talking about and focused on that fresh barbershop scent. So you got like lemon, you got floral notes that are a little more prominent in this, in this than they are in this. So they've kind of added some more floral notes, but not in a feminine way. But I'll tell you, for my money, I actually still prefer the original, although I like this one quite a bit too. So let's go ahead and pull up the notes and look at the notes on this one. This has fresh bergamot and lemon loaded with a heavy dose of violet and iris for a refined, powdery, and clean floral experience. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of this box. This is Xerjoff's Torino 21. We're gonna go and open this without trying to spill the bottle out. Now I just have a small bottle of this, so you can see it just nests in there. Gorgeous packaging. And I don't know why I got a small bottle of this because it's a great scent. It might have been the only thing I could get at the time. And this one is a very cooling mint fragrance. People say it's like a mint mojito. This is very, very fresh, and it's supposed to be inspired by tennis, believe it or not. And I don't know where that comes in. I don't know anything about tennis, but it's a very minty, bright citrus fragrance. It actually reminds me of some other things I have, so it's probably okay that I don't have a huge bottle. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Etat Libre d'Orange's You or Someone Like You, which I have behind me back there. And it comes in a very, very nice bottle. It's harder to look at this one because it's small, but you see they've got a very distinct bottle style that just very fancy. The cap, very elegant is about the only word that you can come up with for this. Gorgeous presentation. A burst of fresh mint, lemon, and basil, followed by rosemary and lavender, resting on a base of musk and lemon verbena. So as you heard by the notes, it's green, it's minty, it's citrus. Anyways, we're gonna go on to the next fragrance, which I don't know what we have next on our list. This is our last niche fragrance, and then we'll be on to clone fragrances. No designers. Michael Malul's Zest+Vetiver. It's kind of a tongue twister. Anyways, kind of a simple packaging. Cardboard box, your bottle is nested inside there, and I think you can see, if you can see through the light there, I've already put a dent in this bottle, and I have not had it very long, but it is so good. So I just started collecting Michael Malul fragrances, and they're all really, really nice fragrances. This is a really nice one for spring. I enjoy it quite a bit. The name kind of says it, Zest+Vetiver. So you get some earthiness in the dry down, and you get a lot of citrus, bright citrus in the opening. And the box even has some top notes, lemon peel, yep, basil, green, French lavender in the mid, warm amber, vetiver, and oak moss in the dry down. So some of these notes start to sound the same, yet the fragrances are not even close. This may sound kind of similar to the notes of that, but trust me, they're totally different fragrances. Very, very enjoyable fragrance. I love these bottles, and I'm a big fan. There's a couple more I still have to get, and I will get them. But let's take a look at the notes on this one. Zesty lemon peel and basil leaves combined with French lavender and orris, drying down to an earthy vetiver and oak moss base. So the vibe on this one is supposed to be like standing in a field of like lemon trees. And you get the citrus from the lemons, you get the greenness from the leaves on the trees, and maybe you get a little bit of earthiness from the soil. But one thing I should say is that all the fragrances in this line that in this same type of bottle are all fantastic. What I found though is, and this is like the deal of the century, so I'm sharing one with you here. They have these sample packs, these Michael Malul sample packs. It's a discovery set, but these are not small samplers. These are 10 mLs. This retails for $150 and they're selling it for $29.99. And as you saw there, mine was $29.99 at TJ Maxx. Screaming deal. And these are about $150 at retailers, but you can find them discounted. So look around. Perfumania and some of the mall stores, they tend to do like buy one, get one 50% off. And so you can get a better deal on these. I think the average price paid is probably like $80 to $90 per bottle for these. Oh, and the performance on these is pretty good. They last 5 to 7 hours on skin. You can see they have fantastic atomizers. So good. Really love this one. So I highly recommend this one, Zest+Vetiver, if you can get your hands on it. Grab a first clone fragrance here, and this is French Avenue's Vulcan Feu. And I got corrected because I was saying Vulcan Feu, but apparently some French speakers corrected me, it's Vulcan Feu. And I'm sure I'm still messing up the pronunciation there, so we're just gonna call it Vulcan. And this one actually has grown on me. Let's take a look at the packaging here. You have the snakeskin box to go along with the theme of the snake on the packaging and on the bottle. I really, really like the packaging. That was never in question. One of the things I like is if you can see the front of it, the snake on there actually has, the eyes are crystal. They're light blue crystal, just like this, which is kind of a nice touch. So this is a clone of a very popular fragrance that everybody knows right now, which is God of Fire. And that is basically a tropical fruit bomb. So you're gonna have that really good mango note in the opening. But the dry down is kind of interesting because it dries down really musky with just a hint of that tropical fruit still there. Just a gorgeous fragrance. So let's take a look at the notes. Juicy mango and ginger ignited by rhubarb and pink pepper, settling into a warm base of ambergris and tonka bean. And this one actually has good performance. This will last like 7 to 10 hours on skin. And let's move on to another one. This is Maison Asrar's Legacy. And I am kind of excited to break this one out because this one is very well packaged. Satisfying little thump when I opened it there. And this is a clone of Blue Talisman. And I do have other clones of Blue Talisman, but if you take a look at the bottle, very, very nice presentation, very classy. I think the bottle is just so well done, so classy. You actually have the Gulf Orchid logo on the top of the cap because that's the owner of the brand. This is a sub-brand, but really nice fragrance. This is another citrus and ginger fragrance, but again, it doesn't smell like some of the other ones here. This one is a little bit sophisticated. There's also Lattafa's Art of Universe is another clone of Blue Talisman, which is really nice. It has a little bit more of that Middle Eastern twinge to it though that some people don't like. I think this is a little easier to wear. I think most people would enjoy this one more. Beautiful fragrance. Another one order is this version in black. It's called Vanguard, and that is Creed Absolute Aventus clone. And I've heard nothing but good things, so I'll be doing a review of that one when I get it. I'm pretty excited. So let's take a look at the notes. Crisp pear and electric ginger, softened by orange blossom and jasmine, with a warm dry down of amber, musk, and vanilla. Now this is not the strongest performer on this list. I haven't fully tested it, but reports are 5 to 6 hours on skin is what people are getting. But fantastic fragrance, definitely worth owning, highly recommend this one. So I'm gonna put the box away and we'll grab the next one, which I guess we'll grab the closest one is Arabiyat Prestige. This is Marwa, and it has this very unique sort of thing that you've got to be careful. You feel like you could cut your hand on it because it's kind of sharp. And then the bottle is nested inside. It has this gorgeous silver geometric shaped bottle, which is very heavy and feels like very high quality. Really like the packaging, and it is very substantial. I can tell you that I dropped this yesterday and it didn't shatter, unlike my Sedley. So I don't know why I'm dropping bottles lately, but this bottle is heavy duty, it won't break. So let's put this one on paper. This is a very, very nice fragrance. This is a Louis Vuitton Imagination clone. And right now, I, as well as many others, think it's probably the best. So good, so close to the original. This is a citrus opening, and then the dry down is like a luxury soap. Very soapy, very clean. And this is great because it's so versatile. Again, you can wear this to the gym, you can wear this out to dinner, you can wear it to formal occasions. It's a very classy, well done fragrance. Very enjoyable, highly recommend this. If you're even just a little bit interested in Louis Vuitton's Imagination, I would get this one first before I got the original, just so you could get a feel for it and see if that's a DNA that you really want to own, because you get very, very close with this. So let's go ahead and put up the notes for this one. Vibrant Calabrian bergamot and lemon mixed with a calming tea note, Nigerian ginger, and a base of warm ambroxan. Okay, so we're working our way to the end here. Let's get rid of this box. And this is a really, really nice presentation. Probably for the clones, this will be the nicest presentation, I would imagine. This is Les Falcone's Risala autograph. Let's crack this open and reveal very nice, high quality. And then this pops open like this. You can see the fragrance right inside. So I'm gonna put this box down so you can see how it opens, and I'll just leave that there like that. We'll pull the fragrance out, and then we'll talk about it. So I thought this was supposed to look like a building like the Burj Khalifa or something like that. But as I read a little bit more, it turns out it's supposed to look like a fountain pen, like the traditional, the quill pens they used to dip in ink. I guess that's what it is. But anyways, and that kind of makes sense because it is called autograph. But anyways, very, very nice presentation, very heavy cap. This is sort of a very clean gentleman's fragrance. Very versatile. You can wear this one to the office. You can wear this one to pretty much any occasion, which most of these are like that because they're spring fragrances. It's citrus, it's mint, it's clean, zesty lemon and lime with a hint of apple, heart notes of thyme and orange blossom, and a base of leather and oak moss. So this is a clone or inspired by Roja's Isola Blue. It's very clean, very wearable. Great performance, and this one was a viewer recommendation a few videos back, and man, just a winner, just a great fragrance. So let's move on to the next one. And let's move on to our last, but definitely not least, and you probably all recognize this one. This is Afnan's Turathi Blue. And this is a very nice citrus ginger sparkling fragrance. Very nice to wear, very affordable, good for all occasions, loved in the fragrance community. Just take a look at the bottle. Very clean, solid bottle design. I love the color scheme. I love that dark blue with the silver. So this has a very sparkling citrus. So let's pull out the notes on this one. A sharp duet of mandarin and bergamot leading into a warm heart of amber and woody notes, finishing with earthy patchouli and musk. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is a clone of Bvlgari's Tygar, which is a very, very expensive fragrance, and this does a very, very good job of replicating it. The vibe is sort of like an energizing thing. When you spray this on, it just gives you energy and makes you feel good. It's just such a clean, modern, bright fragrance. Oh, and I should add, this one lasts like 8 to 10 hours on skin, so the performance is outstanding, especially for a clone. So there we have it, 12 fragrances. All of them are 10 out of 10s. We have clones that perform to the level of a designer, and we have niche that blow the designers out of the water. So there's no reason to walk into a department store ever again and drop $150 on an average fragrance. So drop a comment, let me know which of these you're picking up, or which of these you already own. And if you found this content useful, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.